I'm looking forward to that. I think yes, they should do that for sure. And of course, Gunther. Listen, this ain't Vince McMahon. If it was Vince McMahon, I'd say it would be a great chance that Goldberg would actually win. But no, he's not going to win. But if you're going to do it, I think you should do it as soon as possible. Don't let Gunther hold the belt to WrestleMania and I see Gunther versus Goldberg for 4 minutes. I'm cool off that. It's going to be a less than 7-minute match because Goldberg got 3 moves. So I'm with it though. That should be the opener for whatever PLE is going to be on. That should be the opener for sure, and it'll help Gunther out even better.
I'm not with it at all. I'm not with it. I think Gunther's too good for this. I think Goldberg, we all know he's probably the most unsafest wrestler that ever.
Oh, come on!
I mean,
Dave, give me other names. Give me some other names, man. Like he might be at the top of that list. So because we have such a great champion like Gunther, don't even put him in that situation. I don't even think you should waste his time. You know, Goldberg might end up hurting him on that jackhammer because he can't hold him no more. he might end up sparing him a little too hard, not knowing his own strength. Like I don't think you should do it. I think feed that to the up and coming mid carders like Braun Breaker,
that would be great.
Bronson Reed.
Yeah.
Maybe you could switch up Uncle Howdy and make Uncle Howdy gain some heat off of him or something like that. But I wouldn't put Gunther's. He's too above this. He's just too above it. Too above it.
Listen, I hear you, Sammy. Those are valid criticism. We know Goldberg has historically not known his own strength. He kicked Bret Hart square in the face by accident and ended his career. We understand. We understand this. On the flip side to that, man, I'm just thinking, you know, I agree with Kai. I think Gunther's certified, but I think it adds a feather in his cap and adds a nice bonus if Goldberg puts him over nicely. And Gunther can now be able to say, look, I am the man that retired the man with one of the largest winning streaks in the history of wrestling, of course, when he was in his prime. And you know, I think the internet has gotten very comfortable just disrespecting Goldberg. Look, he's not in his prime. He's old. We understand this, but the name Goldberg still sells tickets. The name Goldberg still draws attention, and I do think putting him on a card, whether you wanted to do it at a premium live event or whether even if you wanted to maybe save it for a Raw on Netflix, I think it draws attention and it draws money. And this is about drawing money. And let's be honest, I'm going to be fair. Maybe this is just me and I'm okay with that. But a lot of the greats from the 90s, we don't have them for too long left. So if we're going to get this last one from him, I'm just here to savor the last bit of the legends from the 90s, and I think this is a nice way to do it.
Listen, Dave, Kai, let's step into ownership talk a little bit here. You got a guy like Gunther. He's hot. He's boiling right now. Every match it seems to step in, it seems like a classic. So now, why are we gonna ruin this man's great streak of putting him in there with Goldberg?
Yeah.
You don't think he could pull out a strong 8 minutes out of Goldberg?
That's for sure not going to be a 5-star. No matter, I don't care if Gunther
for sure, right?
For sure. Do a 450 splash, and it's still going to be a horrible. It's still going to be
a horrible match.
Yeah.
like that's what I'm saying. Like let's not even. He's so above this. Let's not even jeopardize him in that type of way.
Oh yeah, for real. That was the perfect line. It's gonna happen though.
Even if it's not for the title, it's gonna happen because just because it was brought up. That ain't happen for no reason. Yeah, it's gonna happen.
Even though you don't want it to happen, Sammy, you gotta admit that the way that promo went, it was done effectively for people to at least buy in a little bit. And I will say this: I don't expect it to be a classic if when it happens, and we'll see if it's official. But I'm one of those people that doesn't think every match has to be. I really am.
But Dave, there's a difference between not being a classic and terrible.
It wouldn't be terrible. I think that's a strong word.
I think that's gonna be terrible, Dave.
Kai, you think it would be terrible?
There's no saving Goldberg, man.
Bro, I don't
think there's no saving Goldberg.
So I'm biased a little bit. I can't stand Goldberg or Hulk.
There's no saving him, right?
He did what? I'm trying to think of what's the last Goldberg match I watched. He went against the Fiend, right?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, he
that
did.
Shit was horrible.
Horrible.
What the hell? Nah.
There's no saving Goldberg. That's what I mean. Like you could throw Goldberg. You can go get prime. You can go get prime Ric Flair, and that's not gonna save Goldberg.
Yeah, man.
Like I'm telling you, like every match, you already know how it's gonna go. You know how it's gonna be drawn up. You know he's most likely gonna come at you full steam ahead, spear, jackknife. Maybe he'll throw a good couple right hands at you and toss you around a little bit, but that's all he got in him. And it's somebody like Gunther who's been on a streak. You've seen him with Sami Zayn. You've seen him with who was the guy before that? Who was it?
He went against Randy too.
Randy, that was beautiful match too. And ever since he's been champion, like it's been even before he was champion, actually. He's been on a very great streak of great matches.
He's the best. He's the best in-ring professional wrestler right now.
I think so. Yeah. For a full year, I think it's been him. I think it's really been him because I haven't seen a match from him that's been at least a little off. Now you throw him in there with Goldberg. Come on,
he got to do the heavy lifting.
Too much lifting. It's too much lifting.
It's him and Cody about to go crazy.
Yeah.
It's be 10 for 10.
Yeah, that's gonna be wild, man. And speaking of that, let's attack that real quick. I sometimes, I'm not a big fan of the whole champion versus champion thing, but I think they have made this make sense overall. Them fighting for that beautiful crown jewel championship. That's a hell of a looking championship that they put into. Mm-hmm. I think Gunther's gonna win this match, and it's not gonna hurt Cody at all. What y'all think about that? What y'all thinking that goes? I could see Kevin Owens finally snapping and costing Cody this match over here. What y'all think?
I think they're gonna let whoever wins is gonna win clean. I don't think they're gonna have that happen. Only
really?
Because